Welcome back, everyone, to Paradigm Shift. Strategic Sage here. This is walkthrough of the rebalanced AI War 2. And at the end of the last episode, we were working on talking about getting into Yasmer, dealing with the super terminal. To do that, we want to at least get this Citadel. We're actually going to go further than that. Get through Fromain, our first Mark 6 planet, with a Plasma Eye, which is the worst of the two eye options. I do want to mention really quick that they have delayed the second DLC, Zenith Onslaught. That's now looking around mid-May. So that's where we're going on that. I'll definitely keep up with the news as that develops. So we're going to hop in here and take a look at how much strength they have. Are we able to keep our entire fleet intact? Doesn't look like it. Okay. We are going to turn this off. Construction as usual. Get rid of some of our ships. We will start with the... Nope, just the ambush carrier frigates. And then also the spiders. Okay, so I do want to pay some attention to this side panel here because things have changed. You can see we've got the organization broken out here. I like being able to see the hunter, the AI, you know, different factions. Warden, Praetorian would also be broken out separately. If we look at the options here, and group them by faction like that. We can group them by faction and whether they're mobile. So this is showing like the AI stationary and the AI's mobile ships. And then we can just group them by like, are they allied or enemies? So we're going to do that. And then you can track your individual fleets also. You have the local fleets and the watched fleets. Difference is watched fleet can be in a different planet entirely. So if we jump in, for example, we turn our support fleet, put that on the watch list, and even though it's not here in this system, we will still see it, although it's down here. I like to have all of those at the top, personally. So I'm going to throw it there, and I like this arrangement. Another thing is, we'll see this a little bit later in this system, but this will show you if your ship gets damaged. Your flagship gets damaged, you'll get a shield bar here and then a health bar below it if that begins to take damage. If there's nothing there, that means it's fully intact. So it's just easier to keep an eye on all of that, and this is organized better. So we're going to, let's knock this out. And then I want to get rid of these gravity generators. Of course, I don't want to knock out the turrets. That'll just lower their overall strength in the system. But I don't want to get held up over here by the gravity generators. Turn off attack move. I just want to be able to go wherever once we're done with this. Okay, so we need to knock out some more guard posts. I think down here is going to work a little better for us than going up that direction. And you may have noticed, in terms of the greater galactic picture, definitely want to stay away from that dire plasma guardian if I can. But we haven't seen any coprocessors, and we probably would have by now. For those familiar with AI War 2, the coprocessors no longer generate if you only have one AI on the map, only if you have two or more. And if you're not familiar, coprocessors usually will spawn 4 of them if they're on. And then the idea is you have to take out all 4. You get plus 20 AI progress for each, but then you get a minus 140 at the end. So you get a net negative 60, I believe it is. And since we don't have that available to us, we are definitely going to want to get all the AI progress reducers, including, of course, the super terminal that we do have available. Let's get rid of that one really quick. Okay. So, we're still a little bit stronger than them. This hasn't alerted yet, but it might. I'm not comfortable with that strength level. Let's go ahead and knock out our stingrays. And is that an... Well, that's still close. See if we can get away with it. Let's get rid of the eye. And of course, we have a escalating... There you can see the shield monitor. But we have an escalating counterattack building in here. Okay, we're done playing around. We're gonna go ahead and get out of the system. And I do also want to turn on construction, now that we don't have to worry about that anymore. I probably should have you on the watch list as well. You're one of my key fleets. Okay. We want to get out and repair as much as possible. Because we're a little bit low on the ship count to just try to knock everything out. We'll probably get away with it. But I think it'll work better this way. Now, of course, we got the 2-minute timer with a counterattack. And so this is a good instance of showing just you don't have that much... Oh, okay. You're all flying away, though. Alright, as long as you're leaving, I'm going to let you leave. I'll just speed this up. When I pop back in, I like to do it around 10 seconds. Just make sure we get back in there before the timer's gone. Of course, they're raising the shield back up. But they are going to work on giving me some more ships as well. We're back up over the halfway mark. So a bit of resistance in knocking out our first Mark 6 planet, but nothing we aren't going to be able to handle. Whoa, I almost overran the timer there. We'll slow back down and dive back in. Okay, let's unload everybody. And go after these turrets. Well, okay, we'll go after the Guardian if it really wants to poke its nose in our business. Then we'll go after the turrets. But yeah, our overall strength level here should be plenty. I just want to focus fire on the Guardian, then the turrets, and then we should be able to clear this out with relative ease. And we're good. So now, after Fromain goes down, we'll be able to proceed into Delario and grab that Paralysis Citadel. Well, the AI didn't quite want to let us just go about our plans, and they did hit us with a wave on our homeworld. I thought they might get a bunch of Hunter coming in to help with that, but they didn't. So apparently they thought they were too overwhelmed with our defenses to join in that attack. We're just going to leave that be for now. We'll be fine there. And then they did their first Instigator, which these happen about once an hour. And they can spawn usually within a couple hops of your territory at first, but then further out as your AI progresses. Now this one is going to boost the AI Warden fleet budget. And just so happened to spawn right next to where our fleet was, which is a happy accident for us. So we're still rebuilding some, but I'm going to go and just clean that out really quick. Should not take much time or effort. Because we actually had already cleaned out this system. There it goes. It's like dead immediately. Okay. And now we can proceed then back to where we were and get our Citadel. We have our Paralysis Citadel now, heading back to the homeworld. Take a look at what else we found in the galaxy in a bit. But I've decided to jump into Malm here. I want to do more of a mid-level AI progress game. Usually I'm slightly on the low side, so that's one reason for doing this. Of course, we're going to get the hacking adjacency bonus. We're going to get this data center. But the Botnet golem here is quite controversial, so I think it'd be cool to show that off as well. And I haven't used the Botnet in any of my previous playthroughs on the channel. And the reason it's controversial is it's useless against structures and large ships. But it's extremely powerful against small ships. It just zombifies them at an alarming rate, even at Mark 1, and of course it gets more powerful as you upgrade it. On the other hand, it's 50 AI progress, 40 soon. It's going to be tweaked a little bit, but still serve the same basic function. And so there's some players who are like, look, that's just too expensive for something with the weakness that it's not useful against the big targets. On the other hand, there are other players, such as Democracy, who will just use it all the time. You don't want to use it as the primary offensive threat attacking a fortified system. It's not meant to hold up to that. It needs support, but with support, I think it's well worth the price. I just normally don't use it because of not going with that high of an AI progress run, not getting a bunch of super weapons. But as I said, we're going to sort of do what probably more standard middle-ish of the road approach here. So we're going with the back-to-back method here. That is, I've got my station here on the Malm wormhole, and then I'm going to put this one on the Delario wormhole. Call that good. Now let's take a look at what we have. Now that we have some more scouting done. When we took over Delario, we got another journal entry. And that's for the Praetorian Guard. which they defend the Overlord near the AI homeworld, which means if we started spotting them, that we're near the homeworld ourselves. There's other indications of that as well. The Spire Archive here, we can hack this to get a bunch of science. We'll do that later. Armored Golem is pretty cool. That's in this system. Probably not going to get that one. But this only spawns near the AI homeworld. And so that means it's probably close by. We got a Mark 6 system here. So I would bet that it's probably in this area. And another reason to think that is that's directly opposite the galaxy, basically, from our homeworld, which is typically where the AI will spawn. So we have some other things that we can get in here. I'm going to want to get this other data center. Of course, our AI progress will spike even higher once we get the Botnet Golem. I want to pick up all these distribution nodes that are hanging around. There are a couple fleets here. I'm going to ignore them for now. But over here, this is interesting as well, because we've gotten more scouted down in this area. The Arc 1 has some decent ships with it. You know, I like the knockback. Not sure what I'll do with that, but I think I'm going to grab this system, get this major data center to lower down our AI progress, and then grab the Hive Golem. And if I grab these two systems, that'll basically be even AI progress in this area. But we'll get some more hacking, we'll get some more resources. We'll have to defend this major data center from their attacks. But the main point is, it will be good to... I mean, the Hive is probably the best value golem in the game, in my opinion. So since it's there, I really should take it. 20 AI progress spawns drones that really do a lot of damage. And even more than that, the number of the drones. You can see the 300 yellow jackets. That's key, because it gives the AI so many more targets to shoot at, rather than your own strike craft or frigates. So that is next on the agenda. Okay, so we've got a few more things to look at. We've moved forward. We've captured all this down here. We don't actually have the Hive Golem yet. We do have the Botnet, and its zombies have indeed helped us some. Right now it's going to just stand guard, though, over our military command here. Now in here, I am doing a military to defend the major data center. We are going to have these force fields, which are immobile, which is one of the advantages the military station has. On the other hand, it doesn't get gravity generators. It does have increased amount of turrets, etc. And then I'm going to make this one economic, because no waves are going to come in here. Only come in here. And I think if the Hunter fleet comes in here, it's probably going to target the major data center anyway. So going to just stick an economic back there. Now, their Hunter fleet has finally decided to declare itself, and they did what they usually do. They're smart. They waited till I was on the other side of the galaxy to attack over here in Delario. And there's an old saying that, you know, he who defends everything protects nothing. And I didn't really care about losing this, so I allowed them to have it for the most part. I spawned some out guard here, but they've smacked them around. They've bled off the Hunter fleet a little bit, but now I'm going to send my main fleet here back to the other side and go and rescue it while we are building up all of this in here. We are gradually building a command station here. We just took it, so it's going to take a bit of time. Now, I don't know if I'll get there before they destroy everything. Probably not, but we'll be able to rescue it either way. And this number, I mean, it looks like high with threat, but it actually was up over 500 at one point. You know, all the conquering we did over here, and then we did all the raiding, we got the data center, we got the different, you know, distribution nodes, etc. And one of the things that I did a bit ago was I went in and I got rid of my mining advance through this screen. Paid the 5 hacking to do it. We can see the cost for it here. And then I went and got some more engineering to help us build things faster, because I think that's going to be better for now. I don't know if I'll do any more respecking later in the game. I might. But we're definitely past the point where we have to worry about metal supply. We're keeping up fairly high with it. Okay, and alright, they've got more coming. They got a wave that's going to hit. That's going to hurt. Okay, where's that going? That is going to come here. Okay. Let me send the botnet back to help deal with that. So, one of the nice things about having golems like this is you can really manage multiple fronts better. Our defenses in here are pretty solid. So let's send you in here. Work on that. Work on getting that hive golem. And then you Okay, we've got ships moving back and forth. Now, again, if we lose this, is it the end of the world? No, I've got, Citadel battle stations next door. You can just move over. But we could lose this system and it would be okay. So I'm not really going to overly concern myself with that. We do have a good amount of energy at the moment. So let's go ahead and just hop. You see the Warden fleet starting to throw its weight around. I haven't seen a lot of them, but they are starting to be pronounced. Okay, you're actually still alive, but not for long. So you're probably not going to stay that way. Nope, I just want you. There we go. And then, yep, Botnet, you're headed up that way. So let's see how this battle goes. They're actually not... Yeah, looks like they're focused on other things, not hitting the command ship. Vampire Guardian is trying to... Alright, looks like we're just barely going to retain control. And I just want to hang around here. I'll slow it down a bit. I want to hang around here just long enough. So that we get moving again. Everything's not going to start repairing really quick until... Yeah, there we go. We knocked everything out. Now, they may come back. But I want to then send us all the way back. That'll work. That's a good path. And then this is about to hit here. So let's see. Let's just, for the fun of it, I am going to... put the three of you on pursuit, let you go hit whatever. And our botnet, you're already on pursuit. Again, with these, to make them move around, you want to hit that, roam if instructed thing instead of the default stay put unless direct order. Because I want them to be able to go. But let's take a look at, okay, let's see what our botnet does now against this horde. And let's just watch the fun. Boom. So, they have enough ships, they're kind of overwhelming the numbers at the moment. But again, it's only Mark 1. But it's turning a bunch of them into zombies. And we really don't even need my main ship back here at all to handle this, even though their strength was significantly higher than ours. Simply because of the botnet doing work. And now you're starting to see the numbers here. And if we just take a look at our planet... So you've got 200 ships in what is not optimal conditions for it, but 200 ships that it's flipped to our side just during the course of this battle. And the botnet again trying to kite, trying to stay away. Where is our... By the way, we're almost there. Okay. We are just hopping across these systems. But it would appear that we're not going to be needed. And they have some hunter fleet come in here, to some extent. That's only going to help us. Now, the botnet's taken some hits, and you can see, again, it's not doing very well against these. It really can't do anything to them. More hunter coming in, that's good. Okay, you need to go back now. You need to go hide. Just so you don't get crippled, hopefully. Come on, get in there. You got it. There we go. And now you can go have some fun. Oh, all of a sudden the hunter wants to run. Isn't that a shock? But the main thing here is just having the golems, and along with our regular fleet, really gives us, yeah, they're going to be more resistant. We also have the ability to hop back and forth across the galaxy with significant strength and really get some things done here. So we're sitting at, maybe 15 minutes at least, maybe longer. Not too much longer after that, the CPA is going to hit. So we're probably going to wait until after the CPA to do our super terminal hack. And we are almost ready now. On this, we can begin to get our defenses set up in here. And I should mention, I also did put the station-keeping assault frigates along with the watchman frigates in here, just to sort of, guard better. I have the beam cannons. And we've got 3 hostile wormholes this way, so but a couple of them aimed this way, because what the beam cannons do, if you look at the description, they shoot in a line. And so if ships come through these wormholes and make a beeline for our command station, this would be optimal territory for them to sort of pick them off there. So we'll see if we can make any use of that going forward. Well, we've reached a bit of a break point here. I'm basically just waiting on the CPA. I'm sending my Citadel down here. I want to build some extra turrets here, spread around its defenses. Still have some more on the battle stations we could use, but not much. I kind of want to keep using these two as bait planets. They did come into Malm one more time with the Hunter, and we were able to wear them down further. They're less than 200. They're probably not going to do much now prior to the CPA. We did have one additional data center that we found down here. We knocked that out, so we're down to 145 AI progress, and our floor is 113, so we really couldn't do much to lower that further. I could go after this major data center. Obviously, there's a ton of hacking we could do. I don't want to do any of that just yet. So next time what we're going to be doing is we're going to be investing some of our science, getting ready for that CPA. Probably CPA and Super Terminal if I can do it in the next episode. There'll be lots of exciting fighting there. There's not very much left in the galaxy we haven't explored, and we know where the homeworld is. The homeworld is right here. So let's just take a quick look in there and see what they have for the fun of it. So they have 4 of the dire parasite guard posts. Yuck. Now, they don't generate all of the dire guard posts the way that they have before. I think they've got some of them spread out on the core worlds. Oh, that might have hit in a later version. Probably hit in a later version than the one I created this game on. But they were spreading out some of the dire guard posts in the core worlds around this. So that's changed. They've changed the whole way that the end game works. We'll probably see that when we get there. Phase 2 Overlord is different, but we got so lots of parasite guard posts. And then we have dire shredders. Those are painful as well. This is actually a strong set of guard posts here. And spiders. Spiders which slow you down. Yeah, so there are far less dangerous types that you could end up with. Shredders are really high damage, spiders will slow us down, and the parasites will convert us. So this is going to be interesting when we get to this way down the road. But this is our ultimate target in Ullett. And just a few systems, core systems around it that we have yet to see. And we know the rest of what's going on. So after our fights in the next episode, it'll be time to plan our path forward to dealing with that. Much excitement yet to come, and Paradigm Shift will continue. Once again, thanks for watching, and leave any feedback in the comments below. I'll try to get to that as soon as I can.